Alright, I am back. We are still back. That's good news. Okay, we're here. So, welcome back everybody. Apologies for the interruption. It seems my internet decided to restart, so... yeah, thank you for the welcome backs. I'm back, I have coffee during the break. I decided to rename the cannons Cannon 1, 2 and 3. Cannon 1 being the one that's being reloaded by Tattoo Guy near the stairs, then the next one that becomes loose is Cannon 2, and the one that gets grabbed by the beast is Cannon 3, which is the three cannons we see being operated. So yeah, I was having a question about the timeline, because during the beast attack we see a bot being toppled, right? We see a robot. With, I think, 3 people on board. So if that's the robot that the passengers try to escape in, then it means the attack happens afterwards. So let's try to have a look in the book and determine the timeline a little bit better, right? So I believe we can see first things over here. So yeah, so that's Abigail's death. So we have the escape, which is part chapter 9, and this is chapter 7. Then we have people getting crushed by the cannon. Yep. And this would be chapter 9 too. And then afterwards we have the end. So I think that's another robot, right? Because that means that this happens after Chapter 7, after the Doom. The escape happens after the Doom. Interesting. Okay, so... oh, my bad, I forgot to... okay. Let me go back to this. Okay, so, yeah. So, we have the escape, right, with, like, the guys being murdered, etc. That's chapter 9, which starts with, well, so far, which starts with this guy getting stabbed. So that's a robot incident. And the Kraken attack is chapter 7, so supposedly it happens before the robot incident, which means the robot that we see in here shouldn't be the one that we see trying to escape here. Okay, so let's stop the music for now and go back to the game. Right, so we have the blood here. Let's go out of this. Okay, so we have this guy who dies. Okay, so I suppose the other one we want to know about is that guy, right? The heck happened to you?
Put me down. Let go.
Easy now. You're in a bad way.
It's the squid. Where is my Frenchman?
The squid's gone. Your mate was torn apart.
That. The beast is dead. How? How did you kill it?
We didn't. It left with the storm. Captain came up from the hold. Said he chased it off. You should rest.
A curse like that does not live for nothing.
Interesting. Oh. Very interesting. We have this guy coming out here. That's the guy who spied, isn't it? Who are you? That's the captain, isn't it? Yeah, it's the captain. And you are... Okay, we'll see afterwards, I suppose. We can neither confirm or deny that those are different robots. If we do, Kaz will shoot us. Yes, she will. This is of course a purely rhetorical question. So, who is this and how did they die? Yes. Unknown, clubbed unknown. Okay, so who are you? You're the first mate, okay? Who are you? Yeah, so you're the guy who's spying, I see. In here. No. Seems I can't open this. That's after the Kraken attack, of course, since they're talking about it. So you're that guy. So what did they say again? That was very interesting. Put me down, let go. Easy no, you're in a bad way. The squid. Where is my Frenchman? The squid's gone, your mate was torn apart. Ah. That's interesting. Because torn apart guy would be the tattoo guy, right? They're damned. That's also interesting because that tells us the origin of this guy. Who's probably from like Holland or something like that. The beast is dead. How? How did you kill it? We didn't. It left with a storm. Captain came up from the hold, said he chased it off. You should rest. A curse like that does not live for nothing. And so, yeah, we have two officers with him in the officer's mess. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so... You. So you're an officer. Okay, verdammt. Would Austrian people say verdammt? Might he be the gunner? And so maybe Tattoo Guy he's the gunner's mate? Uh... No, my French mat. So he's the bosun. What's a bosun actually? He's the bosun. And torn apart guy. Where is he? Is the bosun's mate. He's French? That's... Huh. Okay. Interesting. And so the boson... Austrian. Okay. Verdammt? From an Austrian? Yeah, I suppose it is German. So that kind of checks out. Okay. Yeah, you do say verdammt in German, right? I think. Okay, so he would be the bosun. And is there like a bled to death or something like that? Electrocuted? What? Hmm. Like he's missing an arm. Isn't he? Yeah, I think he's missing an arm. Pretty sure. So... Hmm... Torn apart, I suppose? By the beast. Ooh! That's an achievement. Well done, 3 more fates correct. Ooh. Peter Millward was exploded. And Henry Brennan was knifed by the captain. So that confirms a few identities. Nice. Love it. Can we go back though? Oh, yeah, bosun. What's a bosun? Foreman in charge of general crew operations and the equipment required to sail the ship. Oh, so like all the sails and stuff like that. I see. So yeah, Henry Brennan. Did we have Henry Brennan? Identity. Da, da, da. Yeah, he's Mr. Bean, right? Yeah. And so, what's Henry Brennan? What's his job? He's a seaman. Okay. Just so I can classify him in the proper place. Okay. Dang it. Wrong key. Do-do-do-do-do. Unholy captives, soldiers of the sea. The Doom. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Right, so we still don't know who that was. Okay, and so we have the bosun and bosun mate cabins right here. Oh, interesting. Bald guy and top hat guy. Okay. Then this guy gets crushed. Peter Milroy is a midshipman. Gets blasted. And okay, so here's Charles Miner, the bosun's mate. Interesting. Okay, so hello. I clicked on that. Thank you. Tattoo guy. He gets in here. He is Charles Miner. Well, he's supposed to be French. That's not a French name, Charles Miner. Anyway. Charles Miner, bosun mate, tattoo guy. Right. And then Abigail. Okay, so Alfred Klestil. Dies in the officer's mess. Here's the bosun's mate. So, Alfred Klestil. So let's get his picture real quick. Here's the bosun. Gets an arm ripped, torn off during the beast attack. Dies in the mess. Before the mutiny. Declares what is it he said? He said a curse like that doesn't go away for nothing. Okay. Da, da, da. And I think that's what starts the mutiny, actually. The other ones are like, oh yeah, the captain must be up to no good. Okay. Interesting. And so 5 others were present. The captain, the first mate. So the boson, this guy. Okay, so all these guys are identified. Right, and this is the guy who spied. Is he labeled properly as the guy who spied? I just want to check on that. Ba, ba, ba. Oh, actually, so, discuss matinee unknown shipment. Spy guy. I need to rename it from his... Okay. Oh, the boson goes in the officers. The first officer has a name, I believe. Let me just check that. William Hoscott. And first mate, actually. William Hoscott, first mate. And the captain would be Robert Witterell. Okay. Kepi guy. Unknown top hat. Officer Bacon unknown. So like this is a mate. Like the Bacon thing is clearly a mate thing. Kepi guy and top hat. Officer are other officers, but clearly not mates. And so the corpse is that would be the boson, right? When they discussed that. Okay. And so Abigail would be Abigail Witterell. Hoscott. Or Hoscott Witterell? I think it's Hoscott Witterell. As it's said in the... Okay. So, yeah, so during the escape, they discuss mutiny. So, the boson dies, his arm ripped off during the battle. The captain, so he dies in the mess. Comes back up saying he drove this away. So I messed up his name. That's fine. I'll fix it afterwards. So the boson declares to, who is it? Kepi guy. And Bicorn. That such such a curse doesn't go away for nothing. Doesn't lift for nothing. That's better formulated. If only I could speak English. Right, so... So because of what the boson said. I think. Okay. Okay. I think we're pretty good right now. What else is over here? So we have this guy. Who are you? Yeah, you're the first mate coming out of here. We have this guy. Maybe the passage to the lower deck is opened now? Let's go and have a look. Oh, my bad. Ooh. Oh. Hey. Hey, Craigs, how are you doing? Cutie patootie? No, you? Nuh-uh. Not cute. I deny all cuteness allegations. Don't you know reverse card me like that? Okay, so 4 wayward souls disappear during the events of this chapter. Their fates are catalogued here. During the escape chapter. Okay. So, met an unknown fate. They could be alive. I don't believe they are, though. maybe they drowned? Hmm. For now, let's leave them unknown. But yeah. Dang it. The escape, we said. Right, so we have 4 fates undetermined, right? So the boson we have validated. Paul Moss was killed by an unknown attacker, so we still need to determine that. Then this guy, who is the unknown attacker, was shot by Emily. Right, we have these guys killing each other's below deck. This guy is getting stabbed. And then we have disappearances. So it's the people who, like, you won't find the corpse, right? Okay. Interesting. And so we can't know who these are yet. Alright. But Alastor, you're a cutie. You're cute. Chat is rebelling against me. Could you believe that? Oh. Wait a minute. Is that... Oh, that's a foot. Shenanigans afoot.
On your toes.
Go back there!
Here.
Pepe!
Slack the lifts and lower the boats. The whole crew will be on us.
Give it up!
Huh. Alright. So... Uh-huh. So somebody's kidnapping the Formosan or person, I think? And this guy is like, no you don't, and gets shot. Huh. Yeah, chat is committing mutiny. Would you believe that? You'd think this game would teach you guys how that mutiny doesn't end up well. Right, so... so his foot is outside the first mate's window. Uh-huh. Okay, so here's the guy over there. Then we have these two. Okay. That guy can probably be identified because of what he does on board, right? Mainly, clearly, he's an artist. No, helmsman? I suppose? Let me just check. The corpse was moved post-mortem. Ah. Yeah, okay, I see. So they like threw him overboard, kinda. So how did he die? First of all, they got shot. They got shot by a gun. I didn't see yet by whom. On your toes, boys. Something in Chinese. How can you do this? Load her up. We best push off. Let me go. Give her here, will you? Captain. Slack the lifts and lower the boats. The whole crew will be on us. Give it up, and then he gets shot. Okay. So they're kidnapping these people. Clearly. I have the power to make you walk the plank. Do you? Is that a threat? Oh my. I never thought people can't have kidnapped them. Well, you know, there are ways, glossary? Yeah, I want the glossary. So, helmsman, rated seaman in control of the ship's wheel and general moment-to-moment navigation, right? So, yeah. Crew. Officer in command. And the purser. Yeah. Cargo value. Yeah, so that's the helmsman, clearly. And since there is only a single helmsman, well, that answers a lot of questions, right? Ooh. That's not what I intended to do, but that's what I did anyway. Right, so what I wanted to do was to go back to murder, because who doesn't like a good bit of murder? So this guy got shot by a gun. So the helmsman is present, these guys are present. I just want to see who supposedly can or cannot be identified. Okay, so he's the only one present who supposedly can be identified. Good. Might that be him? Yep. He took an arrow into the knee. Oh my. You have no proof. I'm not admitting anything. Okay, so who are you? You're probably a steward, aren't you? I think these are the stewards and these are probably the midshipmen. Hmm. Aha. Are they taking them on board or taking them out? I suppose they're taking them out. Right. Hmm. Okay. And who might you be? Ah, so we do have an officer who's capturing like the Formosan royalty person. It's gonna be hard to point at her, but that's fine. You are, I suppose, just a seaman. So, wait. You are a mate? An unknown mate, but not the same as the other one, right? So let's capture you. I'm pretty sure it's a different mate. Let's go and have a look. In Obsidian. So what mates do we have? We have this one, this one. Yeah, so it's another mate. So it's going to be mate, bicorn, unknown, 2. Okay, so he kidnaps the Formosan people, and he shoots. And who might that be that he shot? He's just a random seaman, isn't he? I think. Let's capture him. I don't think... Yeah, no, we don't have a note for him, so unknown seaman 4 is gonna be. Oh, I forgot to switch. My bad. Yeah, so that's unknown seaman. So he gets shot by mate Bicon and non 2 while trying to stop him kidnapping Formosan people. Is there a single S? Yes, it seems like it. Okay. Who are his accomplices? Right, so you would be one. It's probably a seaman, to be fair. I suppose we can call him Gunman 1, maybe? I wish... Ads incoming in 9 minutes, yeah. I wish the music would continue, because that's kinda awkward. So, accomplice of homos and kidnapping? And so... Wait. Gunman 1. You think you're gonna head to bed? Well, thank you for being here, Kaz, and thank you for helping moderate the chat. Thankfully, we didn't have any issues with people trying to do spoilers and stuff like I was afraid of, so hopefully it wasn't too hard. And yeah, have a great night. And yeah, thank you for being here, Kaz, as always. You and Flame are the two people that are always present. And a few others, to be fair. Anytime. Oh, hugs. Do I have a chat love comment or something like that? No, I don't. Well, that goes on my list. I have these kind of comments, but in my test accounts for Jess's stuff. You need sleep. Yeah, have a great time resting, Kaz. Thank you for being here. Ooh, chicken. A little piggy. Who do we have here? Who might you be? Isn't that somebody we already... Huh? I don't think so. Let me check, but I don't think so. No, we don't have him. We have his colleague, Birded Seaman Unknown, so he's gonna be Birded Seaman 2, I suppose. So Birded Seaman 1. And that's gonna be Birded Seaman 2. Accomplice of mate by Cornendon 2 in the Formosan kidnapping. And so... Okay. And who are you? Just a dude. I think that's probably a seaman too. I don't know, sitting seaman? A non-seaman 5? Let's go with a non-seaman 5. Accomplice of made by Korn and non 2 in the Formosan kidnapping. And so a non-seaman 5. And so he shoots who was it? A non-seaman 4. Leader in the Formosan kidnapping. And I'm going to make this a thing. So, accomplice in the Formosan kidnapping. Accomplice of Formosan kidnapping. Victim in the Formosan kidnapping. Gunman one? Nope. Here we are. Let's go. Okay. And so I think we're going to have an events folder. And the Formosan kidnapping would be an event. And there are other events, but yeah. I'm probably gonna reorganize stuff at some point. I would like to see the graph view. Graph settings. Filters. For groups. Okay, so we're starting to see things be linked together, right? I think we could create groups, path, events, new group, path, people. So we have the Formosan kidnapping people here. And so if we create new events, we can link people to events. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. So we could have the Kraken top deck fight. We can have the loose cannon event. We can have the mutiny. We can have the passengers escape. And so gets exploded. So during the Kraken top date fight, actually we can just have this. So the boson, we don't really know, but he's linked to the mutiny. We don't know how he died yet, how he got his arm ripped off, but we do know that he started the mutiny. This guy got ripped in half in the Kraken top deck fight and was also involved in the loose cannon, even. This one, he is involved in the mutiny event. This one is involved in the mutiny event as well. This one is involved in the Formosan kidnapping. I suppose the captain is involved in the mutiny event. This is loose cannon event. He is clearly involved in the mutiny. I don't think he's so involved in the fight on the top deck. Abigail is clearly involved in the Kraken fight, since she dies there. Passenger escape. Oh, first mate was involved in the passenger escape. And I suppose she was a witness of the Kraken top deck fight. Okay. And this one is in the passenger escape. We don't know who he is. clubbed by the captain, so he's part of the mutiny. And he witnessed the passenger escape. He kills Paul Moss, so he's clearly involved in the passenger escape, and he gets shot there. He's in the Formosan kidnapping. He's in the Formosan kidnapping. Okay, so this one, he is in the passenger escape. He is in the mutiny. I think he might be part of the Kraken fight, but I'm not sure. I don't quite remember. He is canon. He is canon. He is Formosan kidnapping. And he is Formosan kidnapping. Okay. Almost there. So he's part of the passenger escape. And that's it. This guy is in the passenger escape. And this guy is in the loose cannon. So now, if we go back to this, aha, that would be a little bit better. I think we should probably move like the different events in the timeline. But I'm not going to do that right now. But yeah. I'm probably going to do that off screen. Okay, so. There is a corpse somewhere. Oh, hey. Who are you? You would be a mate. Ooh, a boop. You're a boop? Boop sin. Oh my. Yes, indeed. Sin indeed. Thank you. I just noticed there was this guy over here as I was leaving. So, guess what? We have a new guy to enter into Obsidian. So, sin again. Yeah, thank you. I tend to mess that up. And so I think he's a mate because he is. Let's go back actually out of Obsidian. She's in there. He's right next to Paul Moss with the same uniform. So I think like these four guys are mates, right? Probably the officer's mates. So yeah, this guy is a mate, I think. Not a mate. A steward. Sorry, a steward. A mate steward, I think. Or a non-steward. Because this is a non-steward, this is a non-steward. And Paul Moss. Is the first mate steward. Yeah. So, this non-steward is part of Formosan kidnapping. Witnesses the Formosan kidnapping. Probable accomplice. And so this one would have accomplice a non-steward. And let's call him a non-steward too. Okay. And Crick got pooped. Oh my. Okay, so what else did I miss? So yeah, oh yes, during the Formosan kidnapping, this guy got shot in the knee. So the helmsman, Finlay Dayton. So I suppose he's an officer. Finlay Dalton helmsman. Gets shot in the knee during speared, I suppose. The Formosan kidnapping. So he's part of the Formosan kidnapping events. And I think scene. So I think he's probably an accomplice. We'll have to see. I think it's like the dead. Although, I mean, could be one of these guys. Let's have a look. Who's dead? Yes. Ah, yeah. That would make sense. Let's follow the wisp. Oh, come on. Don't double back like that. Yeah. That's an unfortunate fate. Let's see what happened.
Hok Seng Lao, you have been found guilty by self-confession of the murder of Nunzio Pasquale.
Quiet.
As captain of this ship, and by the authority of the East India Company, and thus the Crown of England, I sentence you to death by firing line. Mr. Wolf, when you are ready.
Right, sir. Ready, men. Aim. Fire!
Are we supposed to know who shot him? I think we are. Well, that would be Mr. Bean. He got shot by Mr. Bean. The other ones missed. But he did not. How could they miss at that distance? Okay, that's a lot of information. And a lot of people present. Ah, so that would be Mr. Wolf. Murder. 28 other were present. Oh my. Who is this and how did they die? So Hoxenglo, who is one of the Formosan passengers, Hoxenglo. He was so what are the options? Yeah, we don't have a executed option. So he was shot with a gun by Mr. Bean, who is... Let me have a peek at our notes. Henry Brennan. Henry Brennan is Mr. Bean. He's a seaman, isn't he? Yes. Okay. So, Nunzio Pasqua, Miss Lim. So the one who is protesting is Miss Lim. Huh. So it's her, I suppose. This would be Miss Lim. Bulan Lim. Okay. Quiet, as captain of this ship and by authority of the East India Company and thus a Crown of England, I sentence you to death by firing line. Mr. Wolf, when you are ready. Right, sir. Ready, man. Aim, fire. So this means that this guy would be Mr. Wolf. Top hat guy. Mr. Wolf, the gunner. Makes sense. So Christian Wolf is the gunner. Top hat officer. Christian Wolf, gunner, top hat. This would be a new event. Execution. So, Christian Wolf is part of the execution event. Well, an active part of it. He commands the firing squad that shoots. What was the name of the guy? I just want. No, I want. Ah, here we go. Hoxenglo. 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 Let me grab his picture. He's part of the execution. Is sentenced to death for murder of Nunzio Pasqua. Is shot by who did we say? Mr. Bean. We said shot him. Henry in the firing squad. So Henry Brennan is part of execution. So he is part of the firing squad that shoots Hoxenglo. He is the one who shoots him. So Gunman 1 would be quite obviously part of the execution. I suppose the captain would be too, wouldn't he? He condemns Hawk Senglo to death for murder of who was it? Nunzio Pasqua. Uh-huh. So Hoxenglo is here. Who is Nunzio Pasqua? Would be a good question. The groom. Nunzio Pasqua is a passenger. Good, good. So, Hawks and Glow. We have Miss... What's her name? Let me just real quick go back to murder. So we can have the text. Miss Lim. Miss Lim protests his innocence. Which means Miss Lim gets so Bunlan Lim. We need a picture. She's involved in the execution, in the kidnapping. So, protests the innocence of Hawks and Glow, the execution, is kidnapped by mate by Con Unknown 2, I believe, or Unknown 1. Yeah, Unknown 2. And that's all we know about her. Alright. Okay, so you. We need your picture because you're part of the firing squad. So we need to register that. It's a seaman, probably. Gunman 3, I believe. And this would be Gunman 4, Mr. Bean. Execution. Part of the firing squad. Misses. And then we need the Gunman 2. I won't switch scene because really there's no need. So, Gunman 2. Execution. Part of the firing squad. He misses. Okay. I think we're good. On them. Yeah. We have a bunch of witnesses. And that would be the victim. Yeah. He's right here. No need to go to the other side of the ship. These wisps. They're all over the place. Really. Okay, so let's see his death. So I suppose that's Mr. Nunes, was it? Or Pasqua?
Who is there? Who is that? Is someone hurt? Signore Nichols, is that you? What are you doing down here?
Oh, hello, yes. All fine here. Just, sorting some things.
Watch your step. Here, let me help you.
Uh-huh. What happened? Did he get punched? Oh. What did he kill him with? Is that a knife? Right, so that would be... Nunzio Pasqua, right? And Signore Nichols? Edward Nichols, second mate. Oh. Oh. Oh my. Okay, so the Formosan guy did nothing indeed. He wasn't even close. So did he get stabbed? I think he got stabbed by Edward Nichols. Hello! 3 more fates! Let's go! So we got Christian Wolf. We got Nunzio Pasqua, and we got Boxing Low. Aha! I think we might be able to complete more even. Because I think we might have completed something by identifying some of the people here. Let me see. So, like, we don't know who this is. Yeah, so he got knifed by... Let me consult my notes. Bu- bu- bu. Where is Spy Guy? Ah, not midshipman, Spy Guy. So he got knifed by Kepi officer, which we haven't identified yet. This one was clubbed by Henry Brennan, wasn't he? So wait, so His Bicon unknown. So he shoots Kepi officer, but then he gets clubbed. Oh, I forgot to fill that in. He gets clubbed by Mr. Bean, so Henry Brennan. After shooting the officer, right? So that one should be completed. Henry Brennan, where is he? He's a seaman, isn't he? Yes. Okay, so we don't know who he is, although... Yeah, no, we don't know who he is, although by elimination I think I know who he might be. Because, let me check. He has to be the fourth mate. He has a mate hat. He has to be the fourth mate. So John Davies. He's John Davies who gets clubbed by Henry Brennan. He's a mutiny shooter. Yeah, he has to be. Because this one is the one that's involved. Well, we won't see him here, but is the one that's involved in the one we are talking about here. And so this guy was shot by the fourth mate, John Davies, then. And he was knifed by Kepi guy. So if we go back to Obsidian, Kepi officer, yeah. And then he's shot in the head by fourth mate. I forgot to fill in half of that. So he shoots Kepi officer. Kepi officer gets shot by fourth mate. He gets clubbed by Henry Brennan. And Henry Brennan... You started playing Timberborn! Hey, Slowflowzoon! Should I say congrats or should I say rest in peace to your social life? It's a very good game. So he clubs... who is it? The fourth mate, right? For shooting Kepi officer. You already got like 30 hours. Oh my. Yes, so rest in peace, I suppose is the right one. And so in terms of events, I suppose Formosan jewel theft, perhaps. And so we come back to what we were doing right now. So let's just check. This guy gets shot. We have no idea who he is. We have no idea who kills him. Was torn apart by a terrible beast. It seems that might be wrong because it didn't validate it when the other ones got validated. No idea who this is. I don't even know how they died. Crushed by the beast. Yes, yes. Let's see what else. Shot with a gun by the non-attacker. What was this? Ah, yes. So it's not a non-attacker then. It is... He gets shot by this guy, who's the second mate. As we just determined. What's his name? Let me check. Gets shot by... Oh, so his second mate... Edward Nichols. That we just identified. Ah. And so he accuses the Formosans after stealing the stuff. Oh my, what a sneak. What did I do? Right. Yeah, because... Like... Yeah, that's Edward Nichols. So he's the murderer. And then he accuses the Formosan people. So he's involved in the Formosan kidnapping and in the Formosan jewel theft. So he steals the Formosan jewel. He kills what's the name of the guy? Nunzio Pasqua. Hey, Rooster, how are you doing? Everybody told you you'd die, but you're actually doing pretty good. Well, in my experience in Timberborn, in normal difficulty, it's not too hard to start, especially if you know the game well. Did I see the pre-released update 1.0? No, I didn't. I'll have to check that out. I've heard in hard difficulty it's very hard, but in normal difficulty, surviving is not too hard, in my opinion. Right, so, Edward Nichols steals the Formosan jewel, kills Nunzio Pasqua. He probably clubbed the guard. He stabs, I think, Nunzio Pasqua. Accuses Hong Seng-lo. And then he kidnaps the Formosans to get rid of them. Oh my. What an asshole. Just got back from work. Oh. You're in weekend then. Your work is blocked, so you've been reviewing information, geometry, so you can apply it to statistical mechanics? For funsies? What? I'm not sure I get what you're talking about, but I'm interested. Okay, so he gets shot by Edward Nichols. In this case, gets executed. Nunzio Pasqua was knifed by Edward Nichols. Right. So I think the Frenchman, like tattoo guy, is not who we think. Anyway. Yeah, this guy has a spear. I think he's the other Formosan guard. Oh, I forgot to fill in. I'm sorry. So he stabs Nunzio Pasqua because he stumbled upon him. Nunzio Pasqua. Aha! I need your picture. Nunzio Pasqua. Hello, Mr. Pasqua. Nunzio Pasqua. He is involved in the jewel theft, surprises the fourth mate. No. Yeah, no, John Davies. In the middle of the theft, gets stabbed. Let me see. So, information geometry is modeling a bunch of probability distribution as points on a manifold, in particular a Riemann manifold, a math you need for general relativity. And what are you trying to do with that for statistical mechanics? Okay, so you, who are you? Yeah, you're the... Wait, you're Hoxenglo? Oh! So he clubbed Hoxenglo. Oh no. So... Wait, gets clubbed? No, 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 no. That's... Wait. No, there's a problem here, I think. First mate. Oh, it's the second mate. Yeah. It's the second mate that's part of the thing. My bad, my bad. So second mate, he stabs, he clubs. The guard who happens to be Hoxenglo. Then accuses him. So Hoxenglo gets clubbed for the as he guards the jewels. He gets clubbed by the second mate. Uh-huh. And she's kidnapped by the second mate, not the fourth mate. Yeah, I'm mixing up the mutiny and the kidnapping. Yeah. So that's not him. He gets killed by the second mate. He doesn't kill Nunzio Pasqua. No. Yep. I think that's it. Should we have a look at the relation? Uh-huh. Mutiny. Nunzio Pasqua, Edward Nichols. Oh, I need to put Hoxenglo in relation to that. Okay. That's better. Huh. I should probably... The firing squad that shoots Hoxenglo. Let's go. Oh, right. So, just applying new framework to study statistical mechanics and thermodynamics. You've had the idea since grad school, but at that point information geometry was somewhat controversial. A niche, still is, but growing. You might want to take a look at stochastic thermodynamics, which deals a lot with distributions and like time-related stuff in thermodynamics. I think that might be interesting to you. Okay. Yep. So, murder. So we just don't know who was shot by Edward Nichols. But we know it was by Edward Nichols during the kidnapping. Okay. What was with you again? That was in the escape. Oh yeah, you got shot
Let them go!
by her. Right. And then afterwards... just after that... You get thrown overboard by whom? Again? I think it's during... Probably this one. So when this one is getting shot... Yep, and we have this guy throwing you overboard. The guy who was clubbed. Who would he be? Bolt Seaman? Yeah. So, okay. So, he witnessed the passenger's escape attempt, and he's throwing the guy overboard. Who would that be? Who's the one who gets shot by Jane Bird, was it? No, Emily? Birded Seaman 1. Yes. So Bolt Seaman throws Birded Seaman 1's corpse overboard. So he's clearly an accomplice in the act, right? Yeah, so that's...
Mutiny!
Uh-huh. Meanwhile, this guy is crawling away because he got stabbed. Yes, yes. I love this sound bug. This one must be wrong. So these two, 3 memories. Let's go there. It's the Abigail memory. Right, and we see the Formosan escapees getting thrown overboard, I think, during that memory. Well, escapees. The kidnappees? I don't know. Right, so that's the Abigail stuff. Okay, so we don't see it right here. We see this guy with guns, 3 guns. So... Because we thought it was this guy because they tell him he was ripped, he was torn apart during the attack. They take the bosun, his mate was torn apart. But like other people got torn apart, technically. Like this guy... Oh wait, is that a bosun? Oh. So we do know how he got his arm ripped during the attack. We see his arm getting ripped. Interesting. Oh, I didn't see that guy. The helmsman. Is getting... like taken off the ship. Oh. Yeah, because we see him having been torn apart earlier. This guy is getting clubbed later. Okay, okay. Let's explore other events of this fight. So the one just before is that one, I believe, where he gets torn apart, which is slightly graphic, you know, just a little bit. So like during the explosion, this got ripped off. Ah, and that's where we see 3 people getting thrown away. Can we distinguish anything about them? Not much, but I think that's the Formosan people. That's the 4th mate. This would be Pete, who got exploded with this tentacle. Here we have the guy who gets stabbed later, who's like, oh, I tried to pull away Pete. And he did, that's true. I think that might be... That might be the gunner's mate. It would make sense, right? But we don't really see it. And who do we have here? Just a random seaman who's hiding. Because Kepi guy? I suppose the question... No, because Kepi guy is in the mess, in the officer's mess, talking with the gunner. So clearly he can't be his mate, otherwise the guy wouldn't be asking, oh, where's my mate, right? The bosun, I mean. But he might be... Oh, he might be the gunner's mate. He's not the bosun's mate. The bosun is looking for his mate. But this guy might be the gunner's mate, I think. But the Frenchman is the bosun mate, and that I do not know. They tell him he got ripped apart. Unless it's this guy? No, it's Pete. We already know who he is. Do we see anything else? We have a tentacle. Okay, let's go to this one then. So, okay, so that's the guy I said might be the bosun mate before he got ripped apart. So he was coming out from downstairs, and that's the probable gunner's mate, followed by the 4th mate. So they're all coming up from below deck. And that's probably just after the cannon incident. Okay. Oh, we do have somebody falling in the water. So this one probably droned. Do we have something for him? I don't think so. No. Okay, so let's create a sheet for him. Because right now we can't fill in what happened to him, but we will want to have that happen later. And it would be good to have notes about him. I think it's a seaman. Turban seaman. Is seen falling in the water from the rigging during Kraken fight. He's obviously involved in the Kraken subdeck fight. Okay. That's all we have to write down right now. It's not much, but later we will be happy to have that. Okay. And so maybe during the aftermath? Because we have the explosion, we have this, we have Abigail's, and that's the earliest we have. No, that's not true. We might have something about the cannon incident. Because the cannon incident happens before that. Let's look at this guy.
Put me down. Let go.
I don't care about that, but can I get up and see what's on top deck? No, I cannot. Yeah, your mate was torn apart, they tell him. That's why I thought it was this guy. And he said, "Where's my Frenchman?" Might not be. So, cannon incident. So we have cannon 1, 2... No, 1, 2, and 3, right? So this guy gets crushed by the loose cannon after that happened. But what's happening on the top deck? So we have Peter, who's right here. We have that guy, who's with Peter. Okay, and we can't go upstairs. Interesting. What's up here? Nothing? Interesting that this would be opened. We have the third mate. So he says, "Careful, sir," to the third mate. And we have this guy. Who's like, "Oh my god. This guy got basically torn in half by the cannon firing." That's a cannonball, I think? still don't know what happened to the other guy. Like, where's the corpse? Because we have this guy... So technically this guy died first, right? And that would be... Yeah. This guy is below deck. Who are you? Okay. So this guy, I think he's birded seaman or something. Yeah, he's birded seaman 1. So he's involved in... Let me show you. He is involved in the loose cannon event. He is reloading cannon 1 with tattoo guy. And then he's checking out corpse of who was it? The KP officer? No. Yeah, Canon 3. Yeah, that's a guy, so Christian Wolf. So yeah. He's checking out the corpse of Christian Wolf. After Canon 3 incident. Okay. I need to... And so you... So you would be... an unknown seaman, I suppose? No? A gunman, maybe? No? Oh, the bold seaman. Yeah. So he is involved in the loose cannon incident. Loose cannon event. He is... He's lighting up cannon 2. Before cannon 3 gets grabbed. Oh, and that's the one who is grabbed by the captain. Actually, I should change the order of these things so they're chronological. Alright. Every time I mess up going back to the game because I have several things to do. And he is shooter 4. What is he doing? He's just shooting gun 2 with the other guy, I suppose. So gunman 3 was it? Which one? Oh no, it's Henry Brennan actually. Wait, was it? Let me check real quick. Yeah, it is. Henry Brennan. Okay, so he's also part... Oh my god. He's part of everything, this guy. Is shooting cannon 2 with who was it? Bolt Seaman, I think? Yeah. Bu- bu- bu. Okay. Okay, so they're both shooting this gun, they're both shooting this gun. This is a mess. Unlock 41. Unlock X. What? $45. Is that yeah. That's a lorem ipsum. That's totally lorem ipsum. Et dolo. Yes, yes. Got caught using a lorem ipsum. Okay, so this guy... I don't know what happens to him. Like, he's right here and then he's not anymore? While this guy gets shot? This is definitely Christian Wolf. And this is definitely a non-seaman. What happens to him? Let's have a look. Like, I suppose he could have been thrown overboard. That has to be the case, right? Because he's nowhere to be seen in this. It's not like he had time to run off or anything. Like these guys are getting thrown out before having time to light the fuse, I think. This guy runs away, this guy gets thrown down. But where is the other one? I think... I think the only reasonable assumption is to say they're alive. Or are they shot by the cannon as well? By the beast? Maybe. Do we have a... Yeah. Died when it fired, we couldn't find the corpse. Shot by the beast as well? Or fell in the water and drowned? That's basically my two options right now. I think he was the guy who was supposed to be loading the gun. Like, they say he was present, but we cannot see him. Like, unless he's, like, part of the flame? Like, where is he present? Is my question. We have the top hat, that's part of the other guy. Can we open that? We cannot open that. And from here, can we see him, perhaps? No, we can't. Like, okay, this guy is right here, that's for sure. And the other one, no idea. Huh. I'm so puzzled by that. But okay. And we can't go up, right? We can't go upstairs to see what happened upstairs. Okay, so... If we can't go upstairs to see what happens during these events... Oh, we do have access to that now. Ooh. 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 A skull? That we didn't know about. Oh my. That doesn't sound good. Huh. Well, I'm sorry, dude. Oh, is he the artist? Yes, unknown. I love that. Edward Spratt. He went splat. I'm sorry. That was maybe a little bit too soon. I thought for a moment he was having like very bad digestion, but as it turns out... Oh, and that's the start of the attack. Oh. Oh, we're gonna have so much info here. You think he was having a poop? Yeah, that's what I thought too. So, Edward Spratt met an unknown fate. Yeah, I think he was slightly crushed by Abyss. Just a little bit. Okay, so let's... He's the first victim of the beast. That's quite an honor. Here's a passenger. He's the artist. Kraken, top deck fight. First victim of the Kraken. That might be all we have to say about him, to be honest. And that might be well enough. Oh. There are other corpses, however. But before... Okay, so you... So Paul Moss, the first mate steward, was picking up food and he was like, huh? What are you doing? Oh, we have somebody sleeping in here. 43 and 44 sleeping. Oh. These guys are playing or drinking. Drinking, I suppose. We have 45 sleeping. And 56 sleeping. 57 might not be sleeping. Over here we have the third mate. Okay, you're the third mate steward, aren't you? Let's go! 3 more fates correct. We have Edward Spratt. And we have John Davies. Okay, so anybody who's fully completed and wasn't validated has something incorrect at this time, don't they? So like Unknown Soul is not fully completed. Not fully. Unknown Soul, that's not full. That's okay. That's okay. Unknown Attacker, so that's okay. That's not Charles Miner. Tattoo Guy is not Charles Miner. I don't know who he is, but like... he's not the boson mate. He's just Tattoo Guy. And he's probably a seaman. I could say a non-seaman. Hang on. Let me go back. Okay, Unknown Soul. He is an unknown seaman. Who is this? Wasn't that... didn't we determine he might be a midshipman? No, not a midshipman, I think. I think we said probably a steward. Yeah, a non-steward, I think. This guy, who are you? I'm not quite sure. I think we said he's a probable passenger. I missed it. A non-passenger. That might not be, actually. He can't be. Okay, unknown. Because he's not a Formosan. That we do know. That guy. That guy is an unknown. Midshipman. I do think. There are only 2 midshipmen? didn't we say? Hang on. Yeah, he's spy guy. He's an unknown midshipman. Yeah. Okay. And he was shot. No, he was knifed by Kepi guy, so by an unknown officer. I'm trying to fill stuff as much as I can right now. So this is an unknown officer. And this would be an unknown... just a seaman. Might be a top man, but a top man is a seaman, so, you know. Paul Moss. He was sworded by a seaman. Dang it. Okay, we're almost there. Yeah, so unknown seaman. I don't know how we're supposed to know which it is. Maybe we're supposed to suppose Hamadou. That's the only one, or Maba. That's the only ones I can imagine. Dang it. Not yet. This is... Seaman. And the guy had got crushed is a seaman. I think the birded ones might be midshipmen. Oh, topman, I mean. Anyway. Anything else I miss? I don't think so. Oh, wait. That seaman that got shot. Actually, probably a top man, to be honest. But let's stay at seaman. Okay. So, where were we? Yeah, so you are the third mate steward. Oh, and you're the one that got crushed by the loose cannon. Okay, so Roderick Anderson was an unknown steward and is the one that got crushed by the cannon. That's good to know. Roderick Anderson, third mate steward. Okay. Very good. And so we have 2 stewards left. Probably. Yeah, because in terms of stewards, we have the ship's steward, who's Indian. We have the captain's steward, the second mate steward, and the fourth mate steward. So we have 4 left. So this one is a steward. This one is a steward. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, I'm getting booped. Oh, sin. Oh, my bad. My bad. Yeah, so this one we know is a steward, this one we know is a steward just because of their uniforms, right? That's probably a steward. Because if these two are midshipmen, which is very likely, that's more like a steward uniform, right? And we have... Hang on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stewards. In total, we have 4 over there. Yeah, so I think that's the last steward here. Oh, unless this one... No, that's a steward, we said. Okay, so that would be the 5 stewards then. And I don't know who this is. Might be a passenger, to be honest. We'll have to wait and see. But apparently we should be able to identify this one. I don't know who that is. I don't know if I've seen him. Have we? You are the first mate steward. Where is the other one? Maybe on top? Uh-huh. So, who are you? So you're an unknown steward. You're the fourth mate. So that would tell me that he might be the fourth mate steward. And we have this guy who's looking overboard, okay. Huh. Ooh, Brink of Pink, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, raiders. How are you doing? What were you playing, Brink of Pink? You were playing just chatting. Ooh. Hello, hello. How is it going? Brink of Pips coming through. How are you? Are you spooked and scared today? Sprinkles, treats, and tricks. Slay, human. Welcome in, everybody. You played so many games. What did you play? Tell me about it. How did your stream go? Welcome in, everybody. If you are new here, if you don't know me, I am Alistair. I play not usually this type. Well, no, this type of games, yes. This is a puzzle game. So yeah, I do play a lot of puzzle games. I also play more simulation games, city builders, logistic games like Factorio, stuff like that. But today we are playing a spooky game. The Return of the Obra Dinn, that a lot of you may know, I suppose. So many spooky games. Bloody Hollowfest, Outlast Trials, Dead by Daylight, Lost Lullabies. Oh, that's a lot. Indeed, indeed. Yeah. Well, after all these games, if you do have to raid and run, of course, I totally understand. So feel free to raid and run if you have to take care of yourself. But if you want to stay and hang out with us, you are also absolutely welcome to, as well as your people. So yeah, we are playing Return of the Obra Dinn. If some of you don't know this game, this is a puzzle game where a ship that was lost at sea returned to the port, and on board are only corpses. We are working for the insurance company and we are trying to figure out what happened, how people died, and who they are, and like what happened to them. So we have to answer questions like, oh, this person who we found the corpse of, who were they, how were they killed, by whom, this kind of stuff. And as you can see, there was a slight incident with a slight tentacle monster. Have I been having a good time with the game? Yes, this is an absolutely amazing game. Love the graphics, very, very unique graphics, but I also love the gameplay. So a core part of the gameplay is that we find corpses and we have this clock in our hand. And basically you can hear what happened in the last moments before someone's death when you look at a corpse. And you can see a still of what was around them during their last moments when they died. So that's where we are right now. We are in a memory of somebody's death. This somebody is right here. He's getting crushed by the Kraken against the ship. And so you can go around and be like, oh, who are you? Oh, that's somebody we identified as being the first mate steward, right? But there are other people, we have no idea who they are. Like these guys, for example. We're like, oh, I think that's a seaman. Though we do know how they died, because we have found them before. We have found other scenes where they were and where we saw them die. So this guy, we know how they died. This guy, for example, we don't know who they are. We don't know how they died. We don't even know if they died. So, yeah. And so right now it's the calm before the storm. The Kraken is arriving and only one person knows. And that one person is in the process of dying. Well, he's dead, I suppose. That's the instant of his death. But this little clock is telling us that there's a corpse somewhere around here. So yeah, over here we have the fourth mate and one of the stewards, which then we said, okay, this must be the fourth mate steward because he's with the fourth mate. And we have this guy here. We don't know anything about him, but he seems to be dead, perhaps. So, is that... Yep. That's the corpse. Alright, let's go to the memory of their death. It sounds like an interesting game. Yes, it's an amazing game. It's not very recent. It's like 10 years old. But it's an amazing game. And if you want to play it, I would strongly advise to maybe lurk and not spoil yourself, because like if you know the answers, if you know the story, like it would kind of spoil the experience, I feel. When the game came out, I watched a playthrough of it. I was like, oh, I want to play this game one day, but I waited like 10 years because I wanted to forget everything about it. Except for the fact that I really, really wanted to play it. But yeah, I had to wait to forget enough about the game that I would have to solve the puzzles and wouldn't be like, oh, I remember this puzzle. So yeah, if that's something you intend to play, I would strongly advise to not spoil yourself. That said, spoilers incoming. Let's go. Okay, let's go find this corpse. And what happened when they died. So yeah, when we find a corpse in a scene, it appears in the main game. It opens areas, new areas to access. The Formosan pirates make you want some Taiwanese food. They're not pirates, they're passengers on the ship. We kidnapped them. Well, some people kidnapped them, not the reverse.
Let me on.
Over my dead body, you bloody Dane.
Huh? How's that?
There's no cause for trouble, boys. Get in the boat. Thought I'd forget. You killed my brother.
What? That was an accident. The ropes.
It wasn't his fault. I saw the whole thing.
Lies. I shouldn't have waited so long.
No, don't.
Well, that was violent. Okay, so that would be... Huh. So we have a seaman here. We have... Who are you? He's not one of the stewards. Maybe an officer of some sort? I'm not quite sure who he is, or maybe a passenger actually. He might be a passenger. He's holding something in his hands. And so I think that's the guy who's like, oh no, don't do that. I saw the whole thing. Yeah, I think these guys are top deck men, right? Are top men. And that has to be a top man too. Interesting. So he's blaming the other guy for killing his brother. The Doom. That's right at the start. Ooh, Spud, welcome in! Welcome in, Spud and the Taters. By decree of Lord Spuddington, we are running away into this noble stream. I don't know about nobility, but welcome in, everybody. How are you doing? How was your stream, Spud? What were you streaming? Hang on, let me scroll back up. I missed a lot of stuff. Oh, mouse washing. Oh yes, of course. I think you... No. Did you tell me or... I can't remember. My apologies. So, welcome in everybody. How are you doing? Hey, Tombstone, Phoenix, Blacklight, Rolly, Blitzy, Tombstone, Sally. Who did I miss? The Spud himself, of course. It was fantastic. Nice. You were playing a bit of Skull Hotel and then you got into mouthwashing. Ooh. Nice, nice, nice. How are you doing, everybody? You freaking love that game so much. I've never played mouthwashing. Ooh, Sele entered the cheese zone and became 26% Rocamadour. Ooh, nice. Very, very nice. Welcome in, everybody. If some of you don't know me, I am Alistair. I play a lot of puzzle games like we are doing today, but also more simulation games like city builders and logistic stuff like Factorio, this kind of stuff. Today we are playing an old but absolutely amazing puzzle game, which is Return of the Obra Dinn. It looks amazing, as you can see. And it is a puzzle game where we are on an abandoned ship, or a lost ship, I suppose, that came back to port. And nobody is alive on board, so we are tasked with finding out what happened. To do that, we can access memories of this instant of people's death. Like this poor guy who's getting clubbed to death over a stupid quarrel, really. So, yeah, very interesting visuals, very interesting mechanics, very unique overall. I absolutely love this game. If you have never played it and you do intend to play it, spoiler warnings, of course. It's a game that really gains from not knowing anything about it, unfortunately. So I might advise to prefer lurking if you intend to play it and haven't, and if you don't know anything about this game. Otherwise, you are all very welcome to stay and watch and have fun with me puzzling out the game. We are also using Obsidian to try to map out the relationships in the game and try to like make connections and try to supplement my very, very bad memory. So yeah, first time I tried to use that, and yeah. Cheers for the shouty, by the way. Oh, no problem at all. Also, if you do have to raid and run, any of you, of course, do feel free to do so. Taking care of yourself after a stream is important. So, let's see. Yeah, so we have guys that are apparently trying to flee the ship. So we have this guy, I don't know who he is, but he seems to have a different role than the other ones. And I think these guys are top deck guys. Let's replay this scene actually, for you guys who just came in. Ooh. Da-doo. Oh. Hey. Okay, so we have a number of people who have disappeared. And they're asking us what happened to them. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, but before that, let's replay this scene. Hey, Deadly Kitten, how are you doing?
Let me on.
Over my dead body, you bloody Dane.
So he's a Dane.
How's that?
There's no cause for trouble, boys. Get in the boat. Thought I'd forget. You killed my brother.
And he has a brother.
That was an accident. The ropes.
It wasn't his fault. I saw the whole thing. Lies. I shouldn't have waited so long. No, don't.
And dead. Late raid, you were asleep. Oh no! Going back to sleep, no. Have a great sleep, Deadly Kitten. Thank you for the raid, for raiding in. I apologize for waking you up. Okay, so the guy who's getting killed is a Dane. Apparently. You bloody Dane, he said. Russia, Wales, Ireland, England. We don't have... Oh, no, Denmark. So it's Lars Linde, seaman, okay? Was clubbed by... And that's the question. This guy. So he has a brother. He's probably a seaman. Peters. Aha, Peters. So he's either Nathan or Samuel Peters. Okay. You bloody Dane. No cause for getting the boat. Thought you forget you killed my brother. That was an accident. The ropes. Wasn't his fault. I saw the whole thing. Then waited so long. I'm wondering if these two are the two brothers, perhaps? So, which one could it be? Nathan Peters or Samuel Peters? We really have no idea, no way to know, right? So for now, let's say Samuel Peters. But yeah, it might be Nathan Peters. Okay, we'll have to take notes. This guy is clearly... actually, he might be... Wait. No, I think he's a seaman. And I don't know what this guy is, but I think he's not a seaman. Okay. Ooh, congrats for entering the cheese zone and becoming a grand total of 79% mozzarella spread. Nice. Okay, so let's take a few notes about these guys before I forget. So, boom. I need to screen cap this guy, his face. Sorry for the flashbang. Let's see. So we have a new note. He is gonna be Lars Linde. Okay, so that would be the first to escape. Interesting. So this would be like seaman. Escape. Which would be an event, I suppose. Yes, I know Spud has probably another suggestion for the name of Seaman Escape. Accused by so accused by this guy, so Peters, one of the Peters brothers, of killing his brother. Club to death instead of being allowed on the boat, on the rowboat. Other seaman says he saw everything and it's not his fault. I suppose Tuck, this can be one of Peter's brothers. And then we can have the picture of the one we called Samuel Peters. Let me just capture this picture real quick. He's involved in the seaman escape.
Thank you for the follow.
Hey, thanks for the follow. Thank you. Spud, you're gonna be dead tomorrow if you don't sleep. Yeah, Spud's gonna be eaten with potatoes. Good point, well made. Clubs, Lars Linde. To death for allegedly killing his brother. And I suppose that means there's an event which is Peter's brother accident, right? And so he's either Samuel or what's the name of the other one? Or Nathan Peters. And I suppose so. He's involved with Peter's brother accident. Lars Linder is involved with Peter's brother accident. And we have a third person. Let me go back to the game for a moment. Which would be this one. Do we already have something with him? I don't think we do. Just checking real quick. Nah. Okay, so let's capture his face. Let's go. So, who would this be? That's Simon. He would be a non-Seaman 6. He is involved in the escape. He is involved in the Peter brother accident. So witness to the Peter brother accident. Says Lars Linder isn't responsible. Escaping in the rowboat in the seaman escape. And finally, we have this guy. Do we have anything about him? I don't think we do. I think he's a possible passenger in my mind. Like, do we have him labeled as anything? I don't think so. How about the stewards? He doesn't have a steward uniform anyway. Yeah, so... possible passenger too. Wait, no, that's not it, is it? No, that's not it. That's the other guy. I forgot to take the screenshot of this one. Okay. So, this guy, he's part of the seaman escape, escaping in the rowboat, holding something seemingly valuable in his arms. All right. But that's pretty much all we can know about him. He's clubbed to death. Let's say Samuel Peters, but that could be Nathan Peters, to be honest. Ta -ta -ta. And this guy, who we have no idea who he is. This gun, we don't know. We don't know. Okay, so who is this? That's a very good question. I think we have a note about him. Turban guy, yeah, is seen falling in the water from the rigging during the Kraken fight. So he fell in the water, this guy. So he drowned, probably. He was drowned by the beast. This guy is in the robot that's escaping right at the start of the attack. And so these three guys are basically thrown overboard and drowned by the beast, right? We see them a little bit later getting thrown out of the boat. So they drown. Oh, fell? Wait a minute. No, so he's drowned by the beast. This one fell overboard. From the rigging, I think. This guy. Isn't he? Yeah, he's also on the boat. So he's drawn by the beast. The helmsman, we see him falling down from the rigging. Or from the stairs? No, I think from the rigging. Who is this? Isn't he one of the Formosan guards? I don't know exactly. And who's that? I do not know. Ooh, I see an elf Twitch. How are you doing, elf? Welcome in. Happy Friday. How is it going? This guy was on the boat. So he was drowned by the beast, I believe. So this one we should know. I don't know how they want us to know who this is, really. I'm going to say maybe it's Maba because of the tattoo. Let's try that. So, This one, if we know who Samuel Peters is. So in theory, we should be able to identify like 3 or 4 of them. Let's try. So if that's not Samuel Peters, then it might be Nathan Peters. Hang on. From the rigging. Okay. Nathan Peters. And was it not fell from the rigging? Fell from the stairs, maybe? No. That's very... He didn't fall overboard. That I'm pretty sure of. Literally in bed. Ooh. How is the game? The game is great. This is an absolutely great puzzle game. I love it. It looks like... Look at this aesthetic. This is so unique. This is beautiful. Simple yet beautiful. Very eerie. And the mechanics of this game is absolutely amazing. It looks neat, right? And the mechanics is absolutely amazing. Like you hear and see the instant of the death of people. And you have to use that to find other corpses and to understand the story of everybody. What happened on this ship. How people died, why, who they were. Like you find a corpse, you have no idea who it is. And you have to figure it out. And it's so neat. So, problem I'm having is that, so these 3 guys, right, they go into this boat and then they get thrown in the water by the beast. Do we consider that they were thrown overboard, that they were drowned? We have a guy who is like thrown. We can go to his death. Where was it? I think it was in this scene. No, it was not. Yeah, so you see, that's them being thrown overboard in the water, right? From this boat. Is it during the explosion that we see the other guy? You like Frozen Rain, right? Like, this is just, well, horrific if you talk about this guy's death, but beautiful otherwise. And like you're moving this in this 3D like frozen instant, and you just hear the last instance before the guy's death, right? And you have so much dynamics. Like, oh, this one is throwing a gun to this one, and like this guy is like hiding after the death of this guy that we see just a moment before. And so we go to the death of this guy. And it's like, oh, he gets his face exploded. And so that's the guy who a moment later is hiding behind this. Right? And where the ship is tilting and like they explode his tentacle. And he kinda explodes his friend in the process. Like this guy falling down and... Oh my god. I love how it's made. And it's still not this scene that I wanted to see, so it must be Abigail's death then. Yeah, it has to be Abigail's death. Oh, you see the mast is broken? Okay, so let's go see Abigail's death then. Right. Yeah, so... That's the helmsman. And later we find him on the deck. So he's not really falling from the rigging or falling from the stairs. Also, Abigail takes a mast to the face. Which, ouch. This guy is getting his arm ripped off. That's the guy who we saw getting torn in half earlier, right? Yeah, so the helmsman... maybe he was drowned, the helmsman then. He didn't fall from the rigging. He was just drowned by the beast. Yeah, let's go! 3 more fates correct. Finlay Dalton was drawn by the beast. Maba, so that was Maba. And that was Nathan Peters. Let's go. So that also means, before I forget... Okay, maybe I went a little bit too far. Okay, we have nothing in here, nothing in here. Ah, so yes. You were clubbed not by Samuel Peters, but by Nathan Peters. Let's go. So Lars Linde was clubbed by Nathan Peters. For allegedly killing his brother Samuel Peters. Which is a seaman. We don't know how he is, but Peter's brother accident. We know that Nathan Peters blames Lars Linde for killing him, And we know that, who was it? Other seaman. Dang it. It's Unknown Seaman 6. The other seaman. Killing his brother, Samuel Peters. Claims he saw the scene and it was an accident. Something to do with the rope. Da, da, da. No idea what his face is. Okay. Tattoo guy. Is Maba? He is not the bosun's mate. He's just a seaman. And gets ripped in half by the beast. Other than that, we have also solved, I believe. So he was crushed, blasted by a cannon. No, my murder was it? No, it was in the Doom. We had a conclusion to the Doom. Disappearances. Okay, so this guy fell for the rigging to his death. Drawn by a terrible beast, that's correct. Drawn by a terrible beast, that's correct. Because this one is correct, so it's the same. Finlay Dalton was drawn by the beast. The helmsman. He would be an officer, and yeah. And so he is involved in the Kraken fight. Gets grabbed by the Kraken and drowned. Okay. So yeah, we're taking notes. It takes a little while, but it's important, so we may know what happened, right? Okay, so this one, allegedly, we should be able to know who they are. He disappeared in the Doom. Look back the memories of him, please. Remove all bookmarks and bookmark the memories of it. So he's present. Right, so he's present during the fight. During Abigail's death, okay. During this guy's death. And obviously during the execution scene. Oh no, during ES's death. Right. And the execution scene. Maybe we see on ES death what he's doing. Like, who the heck is he? Is he a Formosan guard? Maybe he's a Formosan guard. Actually, let me go... which one was the execution? Oh, yes, of course it was that. 2 AM warning. Yeah, we need to stop. We need to stop and finish on Sunday or something. Let me just... What am I doing here? Real quick, I'd like to know who this guy is.
Hok Seng Lao, you have been found guilty by self-confession of the murder of Nunzio Pasquale.
Right, so we have this guy and we have this guy. No, it's not the same uniform. And anyway, these are like... That's the fourth Formosan, so these are the 3 remaining ones. This would be... Yes, this would be the artist, right? Yep.
When you are ready.
Right, sir. Ready, men. Aim. Fire!
Okay, so... If this is the second mate, I believe this would be the second mate's steward. Right. So, Samuel Galligan? And third mate steward. Walking with the third mate. That seems about right. We have the first mate. Maybe he could be the first mate steward, actually. Is this a steward uniform? Yeah, that's definitely a steward uniform. So... If you are the fourth mate, you are the fourth mate steward. Yeah, that's correct. How can I know who they are? Oh, wait a minute. Are they perhaps Samuel Peters? Or... That could be. Is there like a family trait between them? Hard to say, really. I think that might be the cook. Well, you could have the surgeon and the... or the cook and the butcher. It's probably the cook and the butcher. Right? Probably the butcher and the cook. Who might you be? No ID. And you would be Lars Linde, okay? That's a boson. Hmm. Yeah, I bet we have the cook and the butcher. I think I'm gonna assign them. Just based on the uniform and the occupation at the time. Could be wrong. I think that's highly unlikely. Though I don't know who they are. And so who is this? Just a random seaman. These three are passengers. I don't know if I labeled them. Unknown passenger. You are assigned. And you are unknown passenger. That's for certain. We're making a lot of progress. Yeah, so he got clubbed. And then we have the scene of the artist's death. So yeah, first mate steward here. So we have the fourth mate. We have his steward here. This guy, we know he fell from the rigging. We have the Kraken attacking. But that's the first instant of the Kraken's attack. Like, nobody's aware of it yet. Apart from ES, of course. So maybe they're telling us that we could know. Is he? Oh, wait a minute. Is it as simple as that? As 41 in the list is actually 41, like hammock 41? It could be. So it's like, oh, he's under hammock 41, so he must be 41, right? Yeah, that could be it. Okay. Well, a lot of them are not gonna be asleep for very long. And so this one, we don't see his number, right? Alright. I should really go to sleep, so let's conclude here for today. It's been... I don't actually know how long it's been because we had a little break in the middle, involuntary break, because my internet decided to die. But yes, we should go to sleep, definitely. Well, I should go to sleep. And I should send you all raiding somebody, shouldn't I?